Did you know that 1 in 3 independent women have stayed in relationships longer than they should because of overlooked red flags? Well, today we're diving deep into the 9 things a Sigma woman should never tolerate from her partners. So, grab your coffee, tea, or wine, and let's get right into it. First off, let's talk about what it means to be a Sigma woman. You're independent, strong-willed, and you don't conform to societal norms. You carve your own path and refuse to be put in a box. But even the most self-assured of us can sometimes miss red flags in our relationships. Recognizing and addressing these is crucial for maintaining our emotional well-being and personal boundaries. So let's make sure you're armed with the knowledge you need to protect your incredible self. One of the biggest misconceptions about Sigma women is that we don't need anyone. While it's true we thrive on our own, it doesn't mean we don't cherish meaningful connections. However, this misconception can lead us to overlook significant red flags, thinking we can handle anything thrown our way. But guess what? Not all battles are worth fighting. Here are the 9 red flags you should never ignore. Number 1. Disrespecting your independence. All right, let's kick things off with a topic that hits close to home for many Sigma women: disrespecting your independence. As a Sigma woman, your independence isn't just a trait, it's a core part of who you are. It's what drives you to chase your dreams, explore the world, and live life on your own terms. But what happens when a partner doesn't respect this essential part of you? Let's dive into it. First, let's break down what independence means for Sigma women. Independence isn't just about being able to pay your own bills or handle your own problems. It's about having the freedom to make your own choices, pursue your passions, and carve out your own path in life. It's about having the space to be yourself, without feeling like you have to conform to someone else's expectations or timelines. Now, let's talk about how a partner might disrespect this independence. This can show up in many ways, some of which might be subtle at first. Maybe your partner insists on making decisions for you, even when it's not necessary. Or perhaps they get upset when you want to spend time alone or with friends instead of always being with them. They might even belittle your career goals or hobbies, making you feel like your passions are less important than their needs. Let me give you a relatable example. Imagine you've been working on a passion project that's really important to you. You've put in countless hours, and it's finally starting to pay off. But instead of celebrating your success, your partner gets upset that you're spending so much time on it. They might say things like, "You never have time for me anymore," or "Why are you wasting your time on this?" This isn't just them wanting to spend more time with you. It's them undermining your independence and the things that matter to you. So why is this such a big deal? When a partner disrespects your independence, it can erode your sense of self over time. You might start to feel guilty for pursuing your passions or making decisions that are best for you. You might even begin to doubt your own judgment, wondering if you're being selfish for wanting to maintain your independence. This can lead to a cycle of self-doubt and dependency, which is the exact opposite of what a Sigma woman thrives on. To protect your independence, it's crucial to set clear boundaries with your partner. Let them know what's important to you and why. Explain that your need for independence isn't a rejection of them, but a fundamental part of who you are. For instance, you might say, "I need time to work on my projects because they're a big part of what makes me happy. It doesn't mean I don't value our relationship, but I need you to respect this aspect of my life." A healthy relationship is built on mutual respect. Your partner should respect your need for independence just as much as you respect their needs and boundaries. If they truly care about you, they'll understand that supporting your independence is a way to support you as a whole person. They'll celebrate your successes, give you the space you need, and encourage you to pursue your passions. If your partner consistently disrespects your independence despite your efforts to communicate and set boundaries, it might be time to reevaluate the relationship. Remember, you deserve a partner who respects and values you for who you are, including your fierce independence. Don't settle for anything less. All right, Sigma sisters, that's a wrap on our first red flag, disrespecting your independence. Stay tuned as we dive into more red flags that no Sigma woman should ever tolerate. And remember, your independence is your superpower. Protect it fiercely. Number 2, lack of support for your goals. All right, moving on to the second red flag that no Sigma woman should ever tolerate, lack of support for your goals. As a Sigma woman, your goals and ambitions are a huge part of who you are. You're driven, you're passionate, and you're always striving to achieve more. So, what happens when your partner doesn't support your aspirations? Let's dig into this important topic. First, let's talk about why your goals are so crucial. Your goals give you direction and purpose. They're the milestones that help you measure your progress and keep you motivated. Whether it's advancing in your career, starting a business, traveling the world, or mastering a new skill, your goals reflect your passions and your vision for the future. They're a manifestation of your dreams and hard work. So, how can you tell if your partner isn't supporting your goals? This can sometimes be tricky to spot because it might not always be overt. A lack of support can come in many forms. Maybe your partner dismisses your goals as unrealistic or unimportant, or perhaps they don't show any interest in what you're working towards. They might even actively discourage you from pursuing your ambitions, saying things like, "Why bother with that?" or "You're never going to make it." These are all signs that your partner isn't on board with your vision. Let's put this into a relatable scenario. Imagine you've been working towards a major promotion at your job. You've been putting in extra hours, taking on additional responsibilities, and really pushing yourself to stand out. But instead of cheering you on, your partner complains that you're not spending enough time with them. They make you feel guilty for being dedicated to your career and suggest that you're neglecting the relationship. This isn't just a lack of support, it's an attempt to clip your wings. Why is a lack of support for your goals so damaging? When your partner doesn't support your ambitions, it can make you feel isolated and undervalued. You might start to second-guess your goals and question whether they're worth pursuing. This can lead to a loss of motivation and self-esteem. Over time, you might even give up on your dreams altogether, which is a huge disservice to yourself and your potential. To address this issue, it's important to communicate your needs clearly and assertively. Let your partner know how much your goals mean to you and why their support is important. For example, you might say, "My career is really important to me, and I need you to be supportive of the time and effort I'm putting into it. It would mean a lot if you could encourage me and celebrate my successes with me." This helps your partner understand that their support is a key part of your happiness and fulfillment. A healthy relationship should be a partnership where both people encourage and uplift each other. Your partner should be your biggest cheerleader, someone who believes in you and stands by your side as you chase your dreams. This doesn't mean they have to understand every detail of your goals, but they should respect and support your journey. Likewise, you should be there to support their aspirations, creating a mutual environment of growth and encouragement. Lastly, if your partner consistently fails to support your goals despite your efforts to communicate their importance, it might be time to reassess the relationship. A partner who doesn't support your dreams is not only failing to understand a fundamental part of who you are, but they're also holding you back. Remember, you deserve a partner who lifts you up and believes in your potential. Number 3, emotional manipulation. All right, let's dive into the third red flag that no Sigma woman should ever tolerate: emotional manipulation. As strong and independent women, we value honesty, trust, and open communication in our relationships. But what happens when our partners use our emotions as a tool to control and manipulate us? Let's explore this important topic. Emotional manipulation occurs when someone uses your emotions to gain power and control over you. It's a power play, plain and simple. Manipulators are skilled at evoking strong emotions in order to get what they want. They may use tactics like guilt-tripping, gaslighting, or twisting the truth to create a desired emotional response from you. Emotional manipulation can be difficult to spot, as manipulators are often skilled at disguising their tactics. They may shower you with compliments or share their vulnerabilities early on to create a sense of closeness. However, as the relationship progresses, you may start to notice patterns of manipulation. They may deny their actions or words, even when there is clear evidence to the contrary. They might involve others in the manipulation, making it harder for you to stand up for yourself. These are all signs of emotional manipulation. Let's paint a picture to make this more relatable. Imagine you're in a relationship with someone who constantly twists your words, making you doubt your own memory or perception of events. They might say things like, "You're overreacting," or "That never happened." They might even involve your close friends or family members, trying to make it seem like you're the problem. This constant manipulation can leave you feeling confused, self-doubting, and emotionally drained. Emotional manipulation is harmful because it erodes your self-esteem, confidence, and sense of reality. Manipulators prey on your vulnerabilities and use them against you. They may exploit your fears, insecurities, or past traumas to gain control. Over time, this can lead to a loss of your own identity and a dependence on the manipulator for validation and approval. To protect yourself from emotional manipulation, it's important to set clear boundaries and communicate your needs. Let your partner know that you won't tolerate manipulation and that open and honest communication is essential in your relationship. If you're experiencing emotional manipulation, it can be helpful to confide in someone you trust, such as a close friend or family member. Talking about your experiences can provide support and validation. If your partner consistently engages in emotional manipulation, despite your efforts to address the issue, it may be necessary to re-evaluate the relationship. Remember, you deserve a relationship built on trust, respect, and mutual support. Don't settle for a partner who uses your emotions as a tool for control. Number 4. Disregarding your boundaries. Let's move on to the fourth red flag that no Sigma woman should ever tolerate: disregarding your boundaries. As strong and independent women, we value our personal boundaries as a way to protect our well-being and maintain our sense of self. But what happens when our partners consistently cross those boundaries? Let's delve into this important topic. Personal boundaries are the limits we set for ourselves in terms of our physical, emotional, and mental well-being. They define what is acceptable and respectful in our relationships. Boundaries are unique to each individual and can encompass things like personal space, privacy, values, and emotional needs. Disregarding your boundaries can manifest in different ways within a relationship. Your partner may consistently invade your personal space, such as going through your belongings without permission or constantly interrupting your alone time. They may dismiss or invalidate your emotions, refusing to acknowledge your feelings or needs. This disregard for your boundaries can make you feel unheard, disrespected, and even violated. Let's paint a relatable picture. Imagine you've clearly communicated to your partner that you need time alone to recharge and unwind. However, they consistently ignore your request and invade your personal space, even when you've explicitly expressed your need for solitude. They might brush it off as insignificant or say things like, "You're always so distant," This disregarding of your boundaries not only infringes on your personal needs, but also chips away at your autonomy and sense of control. Disregarding your boundaries is harmful because it erodes your sense of self and autonomy within the relationship. It sends the message that your needs and boundaries are unimportant or inconsequential, leading to feelings of resentment, frustration, and even a loss of self-worth. Over time, this can create a power imbalance and erode the foundation of trust and respect in the relationship. To address this issue, it's important to assertively communicate your boundaries to your partner. Let them know what your boundaries are, why they are important to you, and how crossing them makes you feel. For example, you might say, "I need my personal space and alone time to recharge. It's crucial for my well-being, and when you consistently invade that space, it makes me feel suffocated and disrespected." A healthy relationship is built on mutual respect for each other's boundaries. Your partner should not only acknowledge your boundaries, but also have their own boundaries that you respect in return. It's a two-way street. Respecting each other's boundaries fosters trust, emotional safety, and a stronger connection. If your partner constantly disregards your boundaries despite your efforts to communicate and assert them, it may be necessary to reevaluate the relationship. You deserve a partner who respects and honors your boundaries, someone who values your autonomy and well-being. Don't compromise your boundaries for the sake of a relationship that doesn't respect your needs. Number 5. Jealousy and possessiveness. Now let's delve into the fifth red flag that no Sigma woman should ever tolerate: jealousy and possessiveness. As independent and strong-willed women, we value trust and freedom in our relationships. But what happens when our partners exhibit unhealthy levels of jealousy and possessiveness? Let's explore this important topic. Jealousy and possessiveness arise from insecurity and a lack of trust in a relationship. Jealousy refers to the fear of losing someone's affection or attention to a third party, while possessiveness involves an excessive desire to control and dominate the other person. Both can be detrimental to the well-being and harmony of a relationship. Jealousy and possessiveness can manifest in various ways. Your partner may constantly question your loyalty, monitor your activities, or become overly suspicious of interactions with others. They may try to isolate you from friends and family, or become excessively controlling in terms of your appearance, behavior, or communication. These behaviors are signs of jealousy and possessiveness. Let's paint a relatable picture. Imagine your partner constantly interrogates you about your whereabouts, checks your phone or social media accounts without your consent, and becomes angry or upset when you spend time with friends or engage in activities outside of the relationship. This jealousy and possessiveness not only infringe on your personal freedom, but also create an atmosphere of distrust and constant scrutiny. Jealousy and possessiveness are harmful because they erode trust, create a toxic environment, and stifle personal growth. It can lead to feelings of suffocation, anxiety, and a loss of independence. In extreme cases, it can even escalate into emotional or physical abuse. A healthy relationship should be built on trust, respect, and mutual support, not control and possessiveness. To address this issue, it's important to establish open communication and build trust with your partner. Encourage open and honest conversations about insecurities and fears. Reassure your partner of your commitment and loyalty. However, it's crucial to set boundaries and make it clear that their jealousy and possessiveness are not acceptable or healthy for the relationship. A healthy relationship allows for personal growth and autonomy. Encourage your partner to pursue their own interests, hobbies, and friendships outside of the relationship. By fostering independence and trust, you create a solid foundation for a strong and balanced partnership. If your partner consistently exhibits extreme jealousy and possessiveness, despite your efforts to address the issue and establish trust, it may be necessary to reevaluate the relationship. Remember, you deserve a relationship that allows you to thrive as an independent and free-spirited woman. Don't compromise your well-being and happiness for a relationship that stifles your personal growth. Number 6. Gaslighting. Let's now explore the 6th red flag that no Sigma woman should ever tolerate: gaslighting. Gaslighting is a form of psychological abuse where one person manipulates another into doubting their own perceptions, memories, and sanity. This insidious form of manipulation can make you doubt your reality and erode your sense of self. Let's delve deeper into this crucial topic. The term gaslighting originates from a 1938 play and its 1944 film adaptation, Gaslight. In the story, a manipulative husband gradually dims the gas lamps in their home and makes other changes to their environment. When the wife questions these changes, he dismisses her concerns, leading her to doubt her own sanity. Gaslighting is when someone tries to get another person to question or doubt their own beliefs or reality, causing them to feel confused and disoriented. Gaslighting can take various forms, including denying events or conversations that occurred, trivializing your feelings and experiences, and making you question your memory and perception of reality. It often involves the gaslighter asserting their version of events as the true reality, causing you to doubt your own experiences and feelings. Imagine your partner consistently denies promises they made or events that occurred, making you question your memory and perception of reality. They might say things like, "That never happened," or "You're overreacting," causing you to doubt the validity of your own experiences. Over time, this can lead to feelings of confusion, self-doubt, and a loss of confidence in your own judgment. Gaslighting is harmful because it undermines your sense of reality and erodes your self-confidence. It can lead to feelings of anxiety, depression, and a loss of trust in your own perceptions. Over time, the constant manipulation and distortion of reality can have a profound impact on your mental well-being and sense of self. If you suspect that you're experiencing gaslighting, it's crucial to assert your reality and seek validation from trusted sources. Keep a journal or save evidence of conversations and events to remind yourself of the validity of your experiences. Surround yourself with supportive individuals who can provide an objective perspective and validate your reality. If you're in a situation where gaslighting is prevalent, seeking professional support from a therapist or counselor can be immensely beneficial. A mental health professional can provide guidance, validation, and strategies to cope with the effects of gaslighting and rebuild your sense of self. If your partner consistently engages in gaslighting despite your efforts to address the issue and seek support, it may be necessary to reevaluate the relationship. Remember, you deserve a relationship built on trust, respect, and mutual understanding. Don't compromise your mental well-being for a relationship that distorts your reality and undermines your sense of self. That concludes our discussion on the red flag of gaslighting. Stay tuned as we continue to explore more red flags that no Sigma woman should ever tolerate. Remember, your reality is valid, and you deserve a relationship that respects and validates your experiences. Number 7. Lack of communication. Moving on to the 7th red flag that no Sigma woman should ever tolerate: lack of communication. Effective communication is the foundation of any healthy relationship, allowing for understanding, connection, and the resolution of conflicts. But what happens when communication breaks down or is lacking? Let's explore this important topic. Communication is the lifeblood of relationships, both personal and professional. It allows us to express our thoughts, feelings, and needs, and to understand others. Effective communication fosters trust, builds stronger connections, and promotes mutual understanding. It is the key to resolving conflicts, making decisions, and maintaining a healthy and fulfilling relationship. A lack of communication can manifest in various ways within a relationship. Your partner may avoid discussing important topics, dismiss your attempts to communicate, or consistently fail to listen to your perspective. They may also withhold information, leaving you feeling excluded or uninformed. These behaviors indicate a lack of openness and willingness to engage in meaningful communication. Imagine you're in a relationship where your partner consistently avoids discussing important issues or shuts down conversations when they become uncomfortable. They may brush off your attempts to communicate, leaving you feeling unheard and frustrated. This lack of communication not only hinders the growth and understanding within the relationship, but also creates a sense of emotional distance. Lack of communication is harmful because it creates barriers to understanding, trust, and emotional intimacy. It can lead to misunderstandings, unresolved conflicts, and a sense of disconnection. Without open and honest communication, issues can fester and resentment can build, ultimately eroding the foundation of the relationship. To improve communication within a relationship, it can be helpful to consider the 7 C's of effective communication: clarity, conciseness, concreteness, completeness, courtesy, correctness, and consideration. These principles can guide you in fostering better communication and addressing any issues that arise. Clarity. Be clear and specific in your communication, using simple and direct language to convey your thoughts and feelings. Conciseness. Keep your messages concise and to the point, avoiding unnecessary words or information. Concreteness. Use specific and concrete language to ensure your message is clear and easily understood. Completeness. Provide all the necessary information and context to avoid misunderstandings and ensure your message is understood in its entirety. Courtesy. Use polite and respectful language and behavior, adhering to social norms and showing respect for others' opinions and boundaries. Correctness. Ensure your message is accurate and free from errors, both in terms of grammar and content. Consideration. Be considerate of the other person's feelings, needs, and perspectives, fostering a supportive and understanding atmosphere. Improving communication. Foster an open and safe environment for communication where both partners feel comfortable expressing their thoughts and feelings. Practice active listening, giving your full attention to the speaker and seeking to understand their perspective. Use I statements to express your feelings and needs, avoiding blame or criticism. Be willing to compromise and find common ground when conflicts arise, focusing on finding solutions rather than winning arguments. Seek professional help, such as couples therapy, if communication issues persist and impact the overall well-being of the relationship. If your partner consistently refuses to engage in open and meaningful communication, despite your efforts to address the issue, it may be necessary to re-evaluate the relationship. Remember, effective communication is essential for a healthy and fulfilling relationship. Don't settle for a relationship that lacks the foundation of open and honest communication. Number 8. Inconsistency. Now let's explore the 8th red flag that no Sigma woman should ever tolerate: inconsistency. Inconsistency within a relationship can manifest in various ways and can have a significant impact on the overall health and stability of the partnership. Let's delve deeper into this important topic. Now let's explore the 8th red flag that no Sigma woman should ever tolerate: inconsistency. Inconsistency within a relationship can manifest in various ways and can have a significant impact on the overall health and stability of the partnership. Let's delve deeper into this important topic. Inconsistency refers to a lack of reliability, predictability, or stability in behavior, actions, or communication within a relationship. It can manifest as frequent changes in mood, inconsistency in following through with commitments, or inconsistency in communication patterns. Inconsistency can create confusion, uncertainty, and a lack of trust within the relationship. Inconsistency can be observed through patterns of behavior that are unpredictable or constantly changing. Your partner may make promises or commitments but fail to follow through consistently. They may exhibit mood swings or inconsistent emotional responses, leaving you unsure of how they will react in different situations. These inconsistencies can create a sense of instability and make it difficult to build a solid foundation of trust. Imagine you're in a relationship where your partner frequently changes their plans or cancels commitments at the last minute without a valid reason. They may promise to be more attentive or supportive, but fail to consistently show up for you emotionally. This inconsistency can leave you feeling uncertain, frustrated, and questioning the reliability of the relationship. Inconsistency is harmful because it erodes trust, creates emotional instability, and undermines the foundation of a healthy relationship. It can lead to feelings of insecurity, anxiety, and a lack of emotional safety. Without consistency, it becomes challenging to establish a sense of security and predictability within the relationship. Addressing inconsistency. Open communication. Express your concerns and feelings to your partner regarding their inconsistent behavior. Encourage open and honest communication about the impact of their inconsistency on the relationship. Setting expectations. Clearly communicate your expectations for consistency and reliability within the relationship. Discuss the importance of follow-through and the impact of inconsistency on your emotional well-being. Establishing boundaries. Set boundaries that promote consistency and respect. Communicate your needs and expectations regarding commitments, communication, and emotional support. Self-care. Prioritize self-care and focus on building your own emotional resilience. Take time for activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, and seek support from friends, family, or a therapist if needed. Re-evaluating the relationship. If your partner consistently exhibits inconsistency despite your efforts to address the issue, it may be necessary to re-evaluate the relationship. Remember, you deserve a partner who is reliable, consistent, and committed to the growth and stability of the relationship. Knowing when to walk away. If your partner's inconsistency persists and significantly impacts your emotional well-being and the overall stability of the relationship, it may be necessary to consider ending the relationship. Remember, you deserve a relationship built on trust, reliability, and consistency. Don't settle for a partnership that leaves you feeling uncertain and emotionally unstable. Number 9. Taking you for granted. Now let's explore the 9th red flag that no Sigma woman should ever tolerate: taking you for granted. Being taken for granted in a relationship can be disheartening and can lead to feelings of resentment and dissatisfaction. Let's delve deeper into this important topic. Being taken for granted in a relationship means that your partner fails to appreciate and acknowledge your efforts, contributions, and presence. It can manifest as a lack of gratitude, a lack of reciprocation, or a lack of recognition for your value and worth within the relationship. When you're taken for granted, it can leave you feeling unappreciated and undervalued. You may be experiencing being taken for granted if your partner consistently fails to express gratitude for the things you do, takes your efforts and presence for granted, or fails to reciprocate your gestures of love and care. It can also be evident if your partner dismisses or overlooks your needs and desires, showing a lack of consideration for your feelings. Imagine you're in a relationship where you consistently go out of your way to support and care for your partner, but they rarely acknowledge or express gratitude for your efforts. They may take for granted the things you do, assuming that you will always be there and that your actions are expected rather than appreciated. This can leave you feeling unappreciated and undervalued. Being taken for granted is harmful because it erodes the foundation of a healthy and balanced relationship. It can lead to feelings of resentment, emotional exhaustion, and a sense of being undervalued. Over time, being taken for granted can diminish your self-worth and negatively impact your overall well-being. Addressing being taken for granted. Open communication. Express your feelings and concerns to your partner about feeling taken for granted. Clearly communicate your needs and expectations for appreciation and recognition within the relationship. Set boundaries. Establish boundaries that promote mutual respect and appreciation. Communicate your needs and expectations for reciprocity and acknowledgement of your efforts. Practice self-care. Prioritize self-care and focus on building your own self-worth and self-esteem. Engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, and surround yourself with supportive friends and family. Reevaluate the relationship. If your partner consistently takes you for granted despite your efforts to address the issue, it may be necessary to reevaluate the relationship. Remember, you deserve a partner who appreciates and values you for who you are and the contributions you make to the relationship. If your partner continues to take you for granted and fails to make changes despite your efforts to address the issue, it may be necessary to consider ending the relationship. Remember, you deserve a relationship where your efforts and presence are valued and appreciated. Don't settle for a partnership that leaves you feeling unappreciated and undervalued. Now, the most critical red flag of all: emotional manipulation. This can have the biggest impact on your well-being because it slowly erodes your self-esteem and confidence. I remember a friend who stayed in a relationship where her partner constantly made her feel guilty for prioritizing her career. It took her years to realize the damage it had done to her self-worth. Don't let this happen to you. All right, let's recap those 9 red flags. Disrespecting your independence, lack of support for your goals, emotional manipulation, disregarding your boundaries, jealousy and possessiveness, gaslighting, lack of communication, inconsistency, and taking you for granted. Remember, you deserve a partner who respects and values you for who you are. Now, I want to hear from you. Share your thoughts on these red flags in the comments below. Have you experienced any of these? How did you handle it? And don't forget to check out our next video on relationship dynamics for Sigma women. Hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and let's keep this conversation going. Stay strong, Sigma sisters.